Guys, this is Ashley back with another video, and boy oh boy, we got a lot to discuss. We definitely got to do a recap of the EBT Awards, but first thing on the docket is Nicki Minaj checking Deb, Waka Flocka's mom, for overstepping her boundary. Now, Deb did an interview, and of course, Nicki Minaj was brought up because, Deb is currently, doing shows or on tour with Nicki Minaj.
Artist, would you ever be willing to try to get her to sit down with possibly Cardi B and Lil Kim to try to mend their differences?
Ash Miracle.
I would love to see that. I would love to see them all come together.
I think that we all would love to see that, but people would have to be willing to do that. And to be perfectly honest with you, she's going to kill me for even saying this, but I did reach out to Kim.
Okay.
And
it's just
so I think that
now Nicki Minaj wasn't too happy about this interview, and she said on X, "Now, Deb, isn't it funny how you left out the biggest part of the story? I didn't ask you to do a thing. You told me after the fact, and I screamed at you and told you if you reach out to people now and you're being seen around with me, they will think it's coming from me. So to never do that again without discussing it with me first. I never said I wanted that, and that now she think the message came from me, which is not cool." Then she mentioned something about Deb doing interviews, so it looks like she wasn't too happy about that. But fans were a little bit confused considering that, Lil Kim was begging, especially behind the scenes, to Nicki Minaj's team about doing the verses.
Now I have to ask, right? We're not going to say who against, but would you do a versus?
Yes.
You would do it?
Yes.
Oh, I see that. All right. Is there anybody that you would do it against, or are you just ready for anybody?
Nicki.
Nicki? Really? I would love to see that.
Yes, me too.
I would love to see that.
Now, that was back in 2021 and 2022, I believe. And what has changed is the fact that, Lil Kim probably got frustrated with the fact that Nicki Minaj wasn't answering her calls or answering her team calls. And allegedly, she got a song with Botch and Bitter coming out. So that's why she don't want to associate with Nicki Minaj now. Okay? Things can change in 2 to 3 years. Now, with that being said, Nicki Minaj did win Best Female Rapper at the EBT Awards. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj. And let me know, how do y'all feel about that? Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. She was the first performer at the EBT Awards, and she performed Piss, Boa, and Where Them Girls At. And I was like, damn, they started out with Piss and Not Like Us in the beginning of the show. I was like, you can tell they definitely don't mess with Nicki Minaj. But she was dressed as a sumo wrestler, like usual. The crowd was doing the mannequin challenge. Like, nobody was really into her performance like that from what I saw, because I did watch it live. And she definitely had a Queen Bee inspired performance. Her performance reminded me of something Queen Bee had done years ago. Okay, in my opinion. I don't really feel like it was original, but it was an okay performance. Okay, she didn't do bad, but I wasn't impressed. Not only that, Megan Thee Stallion will be a special guest on the Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay podcast. The podcast is supposed to drop today. And as we know, on Club Shay Shay, a lot of celebrities tend to spill some tea. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Megan Thee Stallion will be talking about. Okay? Because Megan don't really do a lot of interviews with, Black podcasters or Black TV personalities. So it's going to be very interesting to see what she got to say. Let me know if you guys going to tune in. Now, Botch and Bitter was shunned and removed by Megan Thee Stallion and Gorilla Glue. As we know, Megan Thee Stallion replaced Botch and Bitter as her new bestie in the industry. Gorilla Glue performed at the EBT Awards. She performed Get 'Em Glow, TGIF, and the wannabe single, not the remix style. Gorilla Glue brought out Megan Thee Stallion during her performance, but not Botchin' Bitter. I was like, damn, didn't you just have her on the remix? And Botchin' Bitter performed at the EBT experience. She was wobbling around, trying to hide that bump. She went off on the production team. Why didn't she perform with y'all? And that's because Megan Thee Stallion and low-key Gorilla Glue use Botchin' Bitter, especially Megan. It's so funny they used her for the Wannabe remix, and the Wannabe remix flopped, but it pushed the original up the charts. I noticed that. So, I feel like no shade, Gorilla Glue and Megan Thee Stallion, they don't really mess with Botchin' Bitter like that. They just use her. Because I'm like, y'all just put out the Wannabe remix and y'all not going to perform it together, and Botchin' Bitter perform at the EBT experience just like 2 days before then. So, fans are going to lie and say, oh, she got a busy schedule. She ain't busy, okay? She just wobbling around her house, waiting for Off the Cheat to come home, after he been lollygaggling around the street, sleeping with everybody. That's all she doing, okay? She not doing anything. So, at the end of the day, it just shows they don't really mess with her. Now, moving on to Scratch Off and Sexy Red. They both perform at the EBT Awards. And to be quite honest, I think that Sexy Red is a decent performer. I was actually pretty impressed with her performing skills at the EBT Awards. She can't sing a lick. She cannot sing. She need to stop with the Baby I Love You song. It sounds trash. I'm sorry. But when she performed Get It Sexy, the crowd was going crazy. Okay? So I do feel like she's a very good performer. Now, Scratch Off performed Big Mama in an unreleased record, and she was lip syncing the whole time. Okay, no shade. And she was throwing shade on stage, allegedly to Nicki Minaj, saying how the crowd was coming back home. And she also said that someone was aging in the face, but that's old news. And I'm like, Nicki Minaj is not aging in the face. Y'all all look the same age as Nicki, so that means Nicki's aging gracefully because she's 10 plus years older than a lot of the other female rappers. And she won Best Female Rapper at the EBT Awards and didn't even show up. Then she also dissed Icespxce behind the scenes.
Bitch, I'm the stinkiest fart you ever smelled.
And I do remember hearing that Scratch Off's breath did smell like a fart. So I do agree with that because I remember people have said that Scratch Off breath do be stinking. It could be the veneer she got in her mouth, okay? But I did hear that her breath stank. Now, moving on to Icespxce. Icespxce ate it up. Give Icespxce her 10s, okay? She had one of the best female rap performances of the night. Not, out of everybody, but for the female rappers, she had the best performance out of, in my opinion, out of Megan, Gorilla Glue. Okay, I didn't watch Doechii, no shade. But everybody else, she had the best performance. Okay, Scratch Off, she ate Scratch off. Her mic was on. Her mic was on. She was a little bit out of breath, but her mic was on. Fans felt like she copied Nicki Minaj's red carpet look that Nicki Minaj did over a decade ago. But she's paying homage to Nicki Minaj, according to the Munchkins. That's what they're saying. Me personally, I think she's trying to play chess and get the barbs back on her side. But I can't front. She ate up the EBTs. I gotta give her 10s. Before I was giving her 7s or 8s. But for the performance, she deserved a 10. She had her mic on. She was not playing around. She did choreography. She has stage presence. You can definitely tell that she has improved when it comes to her performances because before, she couldn't perform at all. She was trash. So give Icespxce her 10s. Now, Queen B was snubbed by SZA for Best Pop and R&B Female Artist. Okay? SZA won in that category. I can understand why SZA won, but I thought Queen B was going to get the award. Okay? See, this is why Queen B don't fool with the EBT Awards because I feel like sometimes they nominate her even though they're not going to give her the award. Okay. But I do feel like she should have won something. I mean, they had a few country artists perform at the EBT Awards. They wasn't doing that before Cowboy Carter. Okay. They had Shabuzi and another lady, I think her name is Tanner Adele, perform at the EBT Awards. Okay. And they wasn't doing that before. So they should have given, Queen Bee an honorary EBT award or something, especially for what she's done for country music, especially for Black people. They should have given her something. Also, some fans are saying that Doja Cat was snubbed, okay, because she's never won an EBT award ever. Now, Tyler, Walmart Beyonce, and Coco Jones all performed at the EBT Awards. So did Victoria Monet. We can't forget about her. Victoria Monet killed it. Okay. And she won the EBT Her Award. And I really liked her speech when she won. It was very interesting. She said something about women need to collaborate with each other more and not have attitudes and have a smile on their face. I was like, who's she throwing shade at? That was very interesting. But she basically said in her speech, Victoria Monet, that she would like to collaborate with other artists. Okay. Her performance was phenomenal. So was Tyler's. I like Tyler's performance, but Tyler's a little bit boring to me. Like I like Tyler, but I don't really care to listen to any of her new music like that. No shade. She's kind of boring to me. Now, Walmart Beyonce, Coco Jones, Scratch Off, Summer Walker, Tiana Taylor, Victoria Monet all did a tribute to Usher. Okay. And I'll be honest with you, the whole tribute to me was trash. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Walmart Beyonce, she had one of the best performances of the night when it came to the tribute for Usher. I was wondering why she was performing because she ain't got no hot singles out. So I guess she was doing the tribute. Her performance of Good Kisser was great. Okay. I liked her performance. She did good. She deserves her 10s. Okay. Victoria Monet, Tiana Taylor, they killed it. I'm not mad at them. They killed it. Very sexy. It was very nice for them to dance on stage together. Even Keke Palmer, I almost forgot about her. She did a good performance. Okay. Coco Jones was okay. No shade. It was okay. I wasn't really impressed with her performance of There Goes My Baby because she performed that song for the Usher tribute. There was a singer there named Marsha who performed and did a tribute to Usher. She was trash. She was not on cue. She was off when it came to her melody or the note. She was off, So I was like, she should not do no more tributes because I don't think she can sing like that. Childish Gambino and his serial killer mustache should stay home. I mean, there was no point of him being there. He can't dance. He could sing a tune, but he really can't sing like that. So I don't think he should have done a tribute. I actually don't think any of those people should have done the tribute except Tiana, Victoria Monet, and Keke Palmer. Everybody else, it didn't make sense. Like, where was Justin Bieber? JB be profiting off the Black community, but when it's time to give back, he's nowhere around. Why JB ain't perform? He discovered you. Usher has helped your career. You ungrateful little twit. I knew Breezy the colorist wasn't going to be there because like I told you before, he put hands on Usher last year. Him and Usher are not cool. But where was Ludacris? I mean, he don't even do nothing. Why couldn't you perform? You had to have Scratch Off perform your verse. Corny. Okay? Same thing with JB. Don't come back to the Black community no more. JB is banned from the Black community. You are a colonizer. Just like Champagne Thickums, you should have helped and did the tribute. You lazy bum. I don't feel like the Black community showed enough love to Usher last night. They should have had some stars up there that could really dance performance. They had good people, but where were the people that he actually helped career rise? Where was Queen Bee? Y'all fake. Now, Normani, listen, girl. I be trying to root for you, but every day you let me down. So Normani announced literally when the EBT Awards started that she cannot perform because she got an injury, which I really don't believe. That's why Normani will be receiving Donkey of the Day. Okay. First off, I find it very convenient that you announce your little injury during the award show and not before. Okay? I don't believe it. I think that you wasn't really going to perform. They probably pulled the rug from underneath you last minute, say, we don't want you to perform anymore. And she was like, oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me fake an injury. It's happened before. Remember, Tyla faked that she was injured when her world tour didn't sell out and them ticket sales were low. SZA did the same thing after she got her BBL. Okay, she faked an injury at the Scammies. So celebrities do that. And unfortunately, Normani, I'm going to need to see a doctor's note for me to believe that you're really injured. Not an industry doctor's note. I want to see a real doctor's note, no scribble scrabble for me to believe that you're injured. Other than that, I don't believe it. Now, another person receiving Donkey of the Day is Remy Na, okay? Because this outfit was a hell to the nah, okay? This outfit was trash. Your son is facing charges and you come outside naked? This is humiliating your family, and this dress is a no. It's like, are you trying to sell some coochie to pay for the lawyer fees? I'm wondering why you chose this outfit. It was a mess. All over. You was trying to give Rihanna and it wasn't giving anything. You need to keep your gun in the safe, and then on top of that, you need to keep some clothes on. You look a mess. Okay, Donkey of the Day for you. Now, moving on from that, Champagne Thickums also will be receiving Donkey of the Day. I'm just handing them out today. So, Champagne Thickums was in Trainwreck's Twitch chat, okay? I believe this was on Saturday. And he left a message that has been going viral on social media. He said, can we take it back to 2022? Can you backdoor Eddie like Paolify? Backdoor the streams for that one song from that one guy. Okay? Now, even with him releasing 2 songs with Camila Cabello, the streams have been kind of low on Paolify, which is unusual for Champagne Thickums. The reason why Champagne Thickums is getting Donkey of the Day, though, is because you can't even say Kung Fu Kenny's name, yet you keep sneak dissing. Okay? Then you went to that Chinese restaurant that Kung Fu Kenny mentioned in Euphoria. Okay? It seemed like you keep trolling, but yet you're scared to say this man's name. How can you troll, yet you lost a rap beef, and you put out the Heart Attack 6, which flopped. Family Disasters flopped on the charts, no longer in the Hot 100, and you mad because Kung Fu Kenny got a bop called Not Like Us. Take your L peacefully. You damn near 40. Why are you sneak dissing after losing a beef? That doesn't make any sense. Don't say nothing if you can't mention names. I'm tired of him and Megan Thee Stallion doing that. Sneak dissing but can't mention the person's name. If you cannot at the person, don't sneak diss. It's 2024. Stop it. Now, another person receiving Donkey of the Day is the Chopper Chain Queen, Saweetie with no talent. She is calling out her imaginary fans who have been calling her a nepotism baby. Okay, because her mom was a video vixen, and then on top of that, I believe it was her father or her grandfather that played in the NFL. But Saweetie came from money. That's basically the truth. She came from money. She wasn't born in a hood. And I believe her cousin is Gabrielle Union. She decided to post, I hate the Nepo baby narrative. It spits in the face of the child who grew up barely spending time with her parents because they were too busy hustling, trying to make ends meet. Also, I think Saweetie the college girl would have had her wealthy family pay for her tuition, boarding, so that she could enjoy social experiences of college instead of working 4 jobs to support herself. Saying I'm privileged ignores the girl who risked her safety renting rooms off Craigslist because she believed in herself enough to stay in an inexpensive city while everyone else was telling her to move home because that's the safe and better financial option. Can't pay for studio time? No problem. I made a car rap videos, which is how I got discovered. I'm proud of the hard work I've done and will continue to share my story to inspire those who come after me. Here's the thing, sweetheart, okay? You did come from privilege. Having the privilege to go back home and stay with your parents is a privilege. A lot of people don't have that opportunity. Okay? You decided that you wanted to have a hood girl persona and not go back home to your parents because they probably did not agree with you holding around with Justin Combs and Keith Powers and Michael B. Jordan. Remember, she messed with them before she even became famous around this time. And on top of that, they probably didn't think you were a great enough rapper, which you aren't. And they probably wanted you to get a regular job. And that's why you didn't want to move back home, because they did not agree with your rap career. And it looks like they were right, because at the end of the day, you're flopping now. You've been out since 2016 and you don't have no hits. You don't even have an album. Saweetie don't have one album. They were right the whole time. So at the end of the day, you did come from privilege, because you just admitted that your parents and people around you wanted you to go back home, and you said no because you wanted to live the fast life. Okay? But it looks like your fast life is crumbling because you ain't got no music career. Okay? You're like an influencer. Of course, you're famous and you make some money, but you don't sell no records. And so at the end of the day, they was right and you was wrong. You did come from privilege because you had the privilege to go back home. A lot of people don't have that opportunity. So you did come from privilege. You have rich family members that were taking care of you. Stop it. So you will be receiving Donkey of the Day. Okay? That was the dumbest thing I've ever read in my life. Talking about the people around me wanted me to go back home. And I get it. Everybody don't like their parents and want to be around their parents. But that's the sacrifice you would make if you don't have the financial freedom to move out. Okay? And you didn't at the time. Glad that you became famous, but at the end of the day, your music career is a top. So anyway, Donkey of the Day to you, dummy. Got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description, and have a great day. Now, it also has been reported that Rick Ross and his crew were reportedly assaulted after his show in Canada when they played Not Like Us. Okay, so at one of his shows, he played Not Like Us, being a troll, and allegedly his crew got jumped. You know, they said Rick Ross left untouched, but his crew, you know, allegedly got assaulted, okay, by the OV hoes. Now, my whole thing is, why Rick still trolling Champagne Thickums? You're not even on the record. So that's what you get. Okay, you're not on the record. I can understand if it was Kung Fu Kenny or Mustard playing the song, but you just trying to attach yourself to the winning team because you don't like Champagne Thickums. So that's what you get. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. We gonna get into some things about the behind the scenes of the EBT Awards there. Link will be in the description, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.